Hey guys, hope everyone's well. Today is Remembrance Day. It's the 11th of November. It's the day that we sit and remember those that we've lost through war, who have paid the ultimate sacrifice of their lives to give us the freedom that we have today to live ours. So why do we still remember it in 2021? We have relatives who will have been through these times, World War II. We've got nans, granddads who are still alive, who were there. Great-grandparents who would have probably more than likely gone to war, seen action, given their lives, and seen friends killed, whose lives would have been completely transformed because of their selfless act of putting their lives on the line for our ultimate freedom. It's very easy when we're knocking about, going through Tesco, Sainsbury's, day to day, got an iPhone in your hand, to forget these things, to forget that this freedom cost many people their lives, many people their mental health, many people their families, and we can take that for granted. We're constantly looking to how can we improve our lives, how can we add to our lives materialistically, and very often we forget that actually these things come at a price. So this day is extremely important, just to reset that gratitude for those who have given their lives for us. Also, we don't have to look too far back to see those who have done it in recent years. Men, women that I've served with personally who have given their lives. Men who I know who have been injured, triple amputees, mental health issues. You name it, that's what people are living with right now, the consequences of those wars, again, for our freedom. It's so important to continue to focus on this day every single year. We see many other months dedicated to other agendas that don't come close to importance with what this is. Yet we only give a few days a year to this. So it's so important that we observe this, that we respect it, that we continue to observe it, that we continue to share it, that we continue to make it known why it's important. And also, ultimately, so that history won't repeat itself. When we forget these things, if we forget the lessons learnt from World War I, World War II, Iraq, Afghan, Falklands, Ireland, all those conflicts, Kosovo, if we forget these lessons learnt, it isn't far gone and we experience them again. I'll share one story of someone I know, and every time we have the 2-minute silence for Remembrance Day, I think of this. So I really want this to nail it home for you. I don't often talk about things like this on YouTube because I don't think it's the time or place to do it, but I want it to be real to you, that this is an important time of remembrance. We had someone we were working with who had a young wife and young children, and ultimately put those things on hold to go and serve his country, to stand up for something he believed in, and paid the price. And he lost his life. The wife now has to raise those children on her own. Those young children have to grow up not knowing their dad, struggling with the things that you do struggle with when you don't have that father figure in your life. And massive sacrifice for that family, because he was willing to stand up, be counted, fight for his country, fight for a cause he believed in. And so it's only right that we remember him and his family in this time. So I hope that, I don't want to go into massive detail about him, but there's many others like him and like that family who are suffering with the consequences of war, and the consequences of serving and putting yourself forward for it. And so it's so important, guys, that we continue to observe this. So I hope that hits it home a little bit. And when you hear these freaking mugs, saying things about Remembrance Sunday, or saying things about soldiers, or weeing on a memorial in our country, and saying we should be ashamed of the things of these soldiers, it makes me sick and very, very angry. And so make sure that when these people do post their junk on social media, or you do hear them talking about it in the galley or at work, that you address them and that you put them right, and that you let them know that the only reason they have the freedom to even say these things is because of the sacrifice of those men and women who are brave enough to actually stand up and fight for this country. Because there's many countries in this world where you haven't got freedom to even diss people in authority or diss governments. And that's the reason that we can, is because people are willing to stand up and fight for this country and our freedom. So have a good day, and remember to fix your eyes on those things that are super important. Cheers, guys.